Oh, this is a bummer. I don't need to be telling you this, but I'm going to. I just made the video. The video was effing done, and right when I went to go upload it, I don't know, like some shockwave crashed or something happened and the screen changed and said something went wrong. So I lost the video right after I just ended it, and then poof, instantly it was gone. So that sucks. So we'll restart. Um, the tea room. I haven't had all their chocolates before, but and whether they have them all or not here. This one store has like a whole lot of them. Most of them are different, like tea flavored chocolates. They're all like organic and unsweetened stuff, so they like don't hurt the teeth at all or anything. Um, there's a bunch of them I tried out because sometimes some flavors they go on sale for whatever reason, and then that's a reason to try the flavor out. And there's one with a yerba mate and cocoa nib in it at 72% cacao. That one is really, really good. One of like my quite possibly my favorite chocolate I've ever had. So I made a bunch of those ones before. And like I tried one that had like pina colada in it and gave it as a gift before. And there's one with like coffee or espresso in it, but you have to really think about it to kind of start detecting a little bit of it. Because if you serve it to somebody, like if I got it served to me and I didn't know it was a coffee one, I wouldn't guess that. And they have a whole bunch of different ones, but for some reason the green Earl Grey one was 50% off. So three something is what these cost before tax, and then they took $1.90 off. This one's infused with a rich blend of bergamot and green tea. It says on the front here 58% cacao organic. I normally would say the same number on the back, but then on the back they wrote 60%. Um, they use organic green Earl Grey tea in here, and like big amount of oil. It's got the Canadian and the USDA organic seals on it, and everything's like organic cane sugars and unsweetened and all that. And they always look like this because I've already ate some. You can like smell it infused in there, and when you like eat a little bit, you can taste like the bergamot oil and like the tea a bit in there. It's kind of like all juicy and stuff. Some are a little bit strange tasting a bit, but that mate and cocoa nib one, fantastic. And then, but the main idea for this video is pumpkin products and pumpkin tea. Because from Tim Hortons, I have their pumpkin spice muffin, and there's like real pumpkin seeds in it. I'll be my second one this year. Sometimes they run out of that. And from Second Cup, probably ate some and it's kind of crumbled up now, but I picked up their pumpkin spice loaf. What some of it looks like. I like both, but I gotta tell you, the loaf tastes way better than the pumpkin muffin. And then from the tea company Stash, we're out in Portland, Oregon. They made a pumpkin spice tea, but for whatever reason, it's decaffeinated. But whatever. It's 100% natural ingredients. Naturally decaffeinated black tea, cinnamon, ginger root, pumpkin spice flavor, clove, and nutmeg. They suggest for like the best flavors to brew in 3 to 5 minutes, and then to add a little bit of like, well, I'll read you something on the side here in a sec. But I just want to say, Tim Hortons doesn't do any like really pumpkiny kind of cafe products. I don't even know if they have it this year, but they used to have a so-called pumpkin spice tea, which was an alright tea, but nothing super great. And when I drank it before, to me, it was just more a spiced tea that I thought would work better in the winter time versus fall. Because it just seemed like spices that seemed like, oh, this should be a wintertime released tea. On the back here it says, created especially for the holidays, this unique tea impairs the appeal of a tasty pumpkin pie, a delicious blend of natural decaffeinated black teas and natural pumpkin spice flavor with nutmeg, cinnamon, ginger, and clove. This tea is comfort in a cup. Enjoy on crisp days and cool nights. The perfect fireside companion. Be sure to add a touch of milk and sugar to complete the luscious flavor. I didn't do that. No milk or sugar in mine. And because it's decaffeinated, I mean, you can drink some at night and not have to worry about the caffeine if you don't want it. And I mean, for me, like if it's a tea for waking up in the morning type thing, what I could do is I got the loose leaf traditional yerba mate from Guayaki Company. and that's like no flavors to that one. So I could brew one day the teas with some of that, and then you got some wake up stimulant stuff working with it. But um, second cup now, they do a pumpkin spice latte, pumpkin spice cider, and the Rubius red tea, pumpkin spice tea. But with all these different pumpkin spice teas I've had before, they've all been more just playing on the spices, and there really isn't much pumpkin going to them. But this one right here, the tea bag itself kind of smells like pumpkin pie, and so does the tea once it's brewed. So, for joy, cheers. Oh, I'm using my hazel glass. Now, I wouldn't say this is dead on the pumpkin pie and hardcore, extremely pumpkin pie taste, but as you may know, and I definitely know, a lot of these so-called pumpkin spice teas are just here's some spices that can be used with like pumpkin products in a tea, and you just have like a spiced tea. And like I said, the Tim Hortons one seems more like it should be a winter tea, but this one here is like the closest tea I've ever had. This tea here smells and tastes the closest to anything pumpkin pie tea wise that I've ever had before. Not 100% dead on, like where it's like, oh yeah, that's definitely it, but what you're tasting, you can tell is representing it as best they can, and it actually does have some pumpkin pie kind of taste to it. So if you're looking for a tea and you don't want just the spices and you actually want it to seem closer to pumpkin pie than further away from a pumpkin pie taste, if you see this would be one to try out then. I don't know if it's a fantastic tea, but it's actually nice. Closest tea tasting to a pumpkin pie or something pumpkin I've ever had. That's a good one. Oh, jeez. The icing not so nice. Cheers, stash, pumpkin pie, decaffeinated black tea. Oh, and by the way, some companies' black teas are just really intense and super strong. Like, for example, Tazo, your awake tea is a black tea. That's really, really strong. Sometimes near the end of one of those cups, it just seems like a little bit too much and a tad overgrows. But this doesn't seem extremely strong on the black tea aspect because of their flavors and stuff in it mixing with it. And I'd say this is a good seasonal flavored tea.